In today's Daily Dish, we feature one of the restaurants that helped Greenville get a spot on the Best Barbecue Cities list by Yahoo Food. We're delighted to have Wayne Preston with Bucky's Barbecue in studio this morning. Good to have you here, Wayne.
Man, it's great. I'm just honored to be here with you.
Yeah, I've heard so many great things about you, and anyone who's eaten barbecue in Greenville has been by one of your locations.
We sure hope so. We got 4, and we hope everybody in Greenville's been there.
That was news to me. I'm like, I knew that there was more than one, but I didn't know there were 4 of them. Congratulations on being on the list of, Greenville got the Best Barbecue Cities list, number 9,
Yep.
and they listed a couple places that were locally that kind of helped fuel that list, and you were one of them, so congratulations.
Well, thank you. We were surprised. I didn't even know the article was coming out. So.
And doesn't that make it better when you don't have any part in it other than just putting out really good food?
Well, that's the idea. As long as we take care of people. People say, where do you advertise at? Well, right there it is. It's on your plate.
It's on your plate. That's the best advertisement that you can get there. But congratulations, that's a big deal, and it's going to bring even more people to your business because they're going to say, I want to know if that's really true. Is that Bucky's Barbecue place really as good as they say it is? Do you have a cornerstone? Like, what makes a Bucky's Barbecue at the top of that list? Is there something that you guys focus on, or the way you do your barbecue that makes it?
Well, we do all wood-cooked barbecue, and we have a saying that, quality and value. We give you a quality product at a good price. We've stuck with the good price. We try to be least expensive around town and yet put out a great plate and a good barbecue for everybody to have, and that brings people back.
And when you find that perfect balance, that's when the customers keep coming back because they know they're getting good food and they're not paying, a crazy amount of money for it. So take us through some of the things that you have on your menu. It all smells so good. I mean, you're punishing me here, Wayne.
Well, right here we've got our baked beans, which is, we started making those baked beans from day one, and they're kind of a sweet baked bean. They're really good. They got a little buzzard gizzard in them.
Buzzard gizzard?
No, not really, but we like to get people thinking.
That sounds terrible.
They do have a little spice in them that everybody wonders what it is, and we tell them it's buzzard gizzard, but those are real popular with us. And here we got some of our pulled pork. And then a real popular dish is our cucumbers, tomatoes, and onions with a little vinegar and salt, pepper, and seasonings over it.
A good southern dish there, too.
Yeah.
I mean, you got a garden out back, you just cut some cucumbers and tomatoes.
Yep, it's good stuff. And of course here we got some of our ribs laid out there. Of course those smoked ribs smoked on a hickory fire for about 5 to 6 hours typically. We got a man goes in early in the morning and puts the chicken and ribs in the cookers.
Usually when you see ribs that glisten like that on camera, you're like, oh, those just TV ribs, but I saw you cut these. So these are like straight from the oven.
Every day, except it's not an oven. It comes from a smoker.
A smoker!
We don't like that oven term.
Yeah, the whole oven thing. Well, we had an oven here, so that's all we know here in studios is the oven, but straight from the smoker at the restaurant.
That's right.
They look great. Yeah, the chicken, the coleslaw, and the
green beans.
Green beans.
I tell you, if you've never had Bucky's chicken, you need to put the pork aside a little while and eat that smoked chicken, because that is the thing. Put a little bit of that mustard barbecue sauce with it.
Yeah, you have your sauces here, which you guys make.
Yep, we make all these sauces every day, and we bottle them up and sell them also.
They look delicious. So you can go by, even if you're not going to buy any barbecue, if you're cooking some at home, you can get some of the sauces on your own. One of the things that you're really passionate about is giving back, and you told me when you started this all, broke, you had an idea. You're like, hey, if I ever become successful, if I ever have people that come back and support my business, I too want to give that back. So tell me about that.
Well, I call Bucky's a miracle company. I was sitting in church one day and I was broke, $2 million in debt, and a voice said to me, not audible, it says, trust me a little bit. And I knew right then, God, I need to trust you. And so I trusted God, and 28 men came together and helped me to get the money together to provide the startup of Bucky's. 12 years later, that $2 million was paid off in full. I said, I've got to give back. So we've gotten involved in several things with Jack Roper on the 25 Wishes.
Jack just mentioned that. Yeah. You were very helpful in that, so we thank you for that.
But recently I was able to go to India, and I tell you, I went to India to see what I could do for the slave children in India, and it was what they did for me. Now, I get emotional, I can hardly talk about it, but these kids were so precious. I just give you a real quick example. A little girl, her name's Princess, when she was 3 years old, Kakinada, India, her mother beat her, threw her in the trash dump to die.
Wow.
3 years old. And the mother was asked, why did you do this? She said, I'll make $1 a day, and my child is going to cost me my living.
I just can't afford it.
So she came into one of our orphanages, and when I was there a few months ago, she came over and sat on my lap. It took me 20 minutes before I could speak.
Isn't that a blessing?
It just took my breath, my words, everything.
Wow. Wow.
So I got involved. Me and my wife made a commitment that we personally cannot do, but we're making the effort to do it, and I believe God will provide in such a way. And we're doing it through setfreealliance.org. So we've gotten tied in with them and having a great time. I'll be back in India again this year.
Awesome. And you guys have some amazing videos that are connected to your website. Bucky'sBBQ.com has all that information there. You can go visit them at Roper Mountain. You're at the Donaldson Center.
Donaldson Center, 291 near Bob Jones, and Main Street of Fountain Inn.
There you go. There you go. Bucky'sBBQ.com. Wayne, thank you so much for being here with us, bringing this delicious food and telling us more about your personal mission, which is important for us to hear.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you giving me the chance.
Of course. Come back and see us.
Thank you.